Taking a little winter's drive back to the old neighborhood, the town I grew up in. Taking a little ride over to the cemetery, see how things are going over there. The only family member who's there right now is my sister. She died a month to the day in the same year after Elvis Presley. She died September 16th, 1977. So we're taking a little ride just to see how things are looking there. They were supposed to keep things maintained. Had shrubs replanted, which they were not supposed to do. They were supposed to replace them with some fencing instead, so they wouldn't be allowed to be overgrown like they were for 30, 40 years. Enveloping the headstones in the back row of the plot of land, my sister and some military vets of all people who were buried, and their graves were not recognized as important enough to maintain them by the town of Chelmsford. Isn't that special? They didn't fulfill their obligation of what they call perpetual care, and literally made headstones disappear, especially footstones. I always think it's sad if you can't afford a headstone. So right now we're waiting on the light. There we go. Hopefully I can take a left down here and take another one to the cemetery. They did some work over the summer, which they destroyed. Lovely shrubs were planted in front of the cemetery. But here we are. It's Pine Ridge. They haven't replaced the shrubbery. They did bother to put the grass seed back in. Don't park on the grass, and I think, what did it say? Say something about no dogs. They don't pay attention. They don't monitor. They don't care. It's not their family members. See, there's a vehicle over there. Where is it? Parked on the grass. Somebody who works here. They're not even smart enough to be able to read their own signs. So, this is the first part of the cemetery. Well, there's a car there. We got some vehicles. They're moving all the ornamentation. I don't know if they should be allowed to do that, really. Some people like to keep holiday decorations up all winter. So, I don't know. A lot of friends of our family are buried here. I have a friend from high school whose father's buried here. There was a kid that was in a bad car accident that could have involved me. Thankfully, I was at least one car length behind him when he got hit. But he was about 30 seconds from his home, and he got hit and killed in front of me, both him and the driver of the other vehicle. Who happened to be the friend of a kid that lived across the street from our family at the time. No, they're all here now. They're all here. People who don't even know each other are all buried here for their eternity. Well, let's see what they've done here. Got one shrub that's dying. What is that in front of? Is that in front of us? I guess I gotta stop and put my glasses on to be able to tell. Let me turn the camera, see if I can get a side view. I guess not really. Not where I'm looking anyway. So, give me a second here. Put it in park. See if those are part of the, looks like part of the shrubs that they made the mistake of putting in behind our family plot. In the back row. Well, yeah, looks like one of them's dying. To the left. The irony here is it's behind my sister's grave. The thing that's really strange that's always happened over the years here is that nothing grows on our plot. You can't put in anything, even a low light shrub, and have it grow. It always dies. I think that's the reason why the shrub's there for some reason that will grow. But if you try to plant anything, it never gets enough sun. Unfortunately, this side of the cemetery gets the afternoon sun, which in wintertime means no sun. And nothing will grow. Not a darn thing. Well, guess I can put my glasses away. Throat's been a pain in the neck lately because I stopped taking my thyroid medicine. I don't know if it's causing a problem or if it's just the fact that I've needed surgery on my throat for a long time because of my condition that causes such severe acid reflux. It's damaged the tissues around the vocal cords. Anyway, I guess that's it for here. The cemetery has expanded greatly since my sister's time in '77. They bought more land, they're expanding, there's more people buried here. And now they're letting a neighboring town, Billerica, bury their dead here. Which then I have to question the motives here. Because the fact is, what are you going to do when the cemetery runs out of property? What are you going to do with the people who still live in this town, who pay their taxes to this town, to have other towns start burying their dead here? Why didn't Billerica build a mausoleum? They've got enough property they could do that. I'll go shoot up here because I can point out my friend's dad's gravestones right there. It's that heart-shaped one. I think it's that one. It should be. That's where he's buried. Her dad. I never met the man. He had died long before. I don't know what he died of either. I don't think I asked her or remembered, one or the other. But it's a nice quiet cemetery. Fortunately, my parents picked a bad spot to put a plot. It's right near the road. You get construction noise from landscaper across the street. They say he's going to retire soon. I hope so. I don't think a cemetery should be surrounded by any kind of commercial building. It's a place of peace. People are supposed to be resting in peace, not hearing construction noise going on. And that's not for the dead, that's for the living who visit them. This is kind of the old portion of the cemetery here. I don't know if I can point you out to the young man's grave that I found out where he was just by happenstance. Who died. He actually lived a little further closer to the center of town from where we had moved to when we went from north of the town to south of it. You might see it on the left here, coming up. Between those two shrubs, that's his headstone. Those poor shrubs I don't think are doing too well. But his name was Charles Ellis. He died right in front of me. We tried to save his life that night, but we couldn't. Unfortunately, I guess he was repairing his vehicle, and instead of putting a pair of wheels that were on rims inside his trunk, which on that model car was in, I think he had a 76 Chevy Monte Carlo. I was driving the same kind of car, except mine was a 77 at the time. And this brings us around here. I don't know if I can get down the other section, down back. I mean, it's a nice cemetery. They just don't take good care of it. They don't take care of anything good in this town anyway. Chelmsford has really gone to hell. I wouldn't live here if I could. It's just not a nice place anymore. Well, that was Pine Ridge Cemetery. I'll shut this off for now and show another section of town I'd like to take a ride down today.